It's the Free Taco, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than normal. I'm going to be showing you how to do a 360 entry into a corner. Now for this, you'll need a pretty good understanding of how to control your car and just car control in general. And just use the car you're most comfortable with, preferably with a decent amount of horsepower, but any horsepower amount will do. So if you don't feel comfortable controlling your car yet, controlling exactly where you want it to go, then I'd recommend doing that first. But if you do, then there's 4 things you'll basically need or how to do a 360. So you'll need speed, momentum, patience, and simplicity. Now, speed and momentum are 2 different things, even though they might sound similar. Speed is just the speed you have going into the 360, while momentum is the speed that you have going through the 360. So let me show you an example of that. Alright, let me just show you an example of the 360. Alrighty, let me just break that down now. Alright, so let's start the breakdown. So the first thing you'll need is speed. The speed is a little bit different depending on the car that you use, so just learn how much speed you need. But generally, the more you have, the better. It just looks smoother because you're going forward and not slowing down as much. So as for the line you want to take, generally, I like to take out of the last corner a really wide line, as close to the guardrail as possible. It's okay if you knock it a little bit, it won't reduce your speed too much, but you really want that speed and as much angle as you can, while having as much speed as possible, so that way you have momentum to really start the 360. So when you start rotating the other way, you actually rotate away from the corner and point your wheels toward the left. And when you start rotating, just before actually, you want to just tap the handbrake a little bit. If you do it too much, you'll lose too much speed and you won't have enough speed to do the 360. And as for the keys you want to press and the gearing, I'd recommend using 3rd gear. You can use 4th if you want more speed, but 3rd gear is generally good enough for all cars. And you want to press the left and accelerate key. And then when you start rotating, after you press the handbrake, just let go of all the keys pretty much. You could hold the left one, just so you could keep turning in the direction that you're going. But if you have enough forward momentum and momentum from turning, you shouldn't need to press it too much. And when you start rotating the other way, around this way, around this point, you want to start accelerating and pressing the left key as well. If you start it a little bit too early, you'll just go into the inner guardrail, this one right here. But if you start it too late, you'll just knock into the outer guardrail on this side. And when you start accelerating, I'd recommend using 2nd gear. 1st is you don't really get enough angle and enough control, while 3rd, you might not have enough power to spin the wheels, depending on how much speed you carry through it, especially if you're using a lower horsepower car. Alrighty, so I'm just going to explain what I'm doing while I'm going through the 360. So wide line, speed, and momentum. Turning, let go, 2nd gear, accelerate. That's pretty much it. Like I said, keeping it simple is a big part of doing the 360s. If you can use reverse gear, but it just makes it more complicated. And you can do this in any car. Personally, for me, the R35 is a good platform to learn on, and just a good one to do tricks on in general. But the R34 is good, and the RX-7 is good. A little more, that one is a little more difficult, but it's easier to really rotate the car. So it's just a learning curve for different cars, but those are good examples. And I'll just show you examples in different cars as well. I'll do the RX-7. Alrighty, let's do the RX-7 example. As you can see, they kind of rotate a little bit differently, but the general premise is the same. That one, I have to use a little more left key, just hold it while I rotate, while the R35, I could just let go. So just learn what works for you and what works for the car and horsepower numbers you have. If you have any questions or concerns that you want to leave in the comments, I'll try and answer them. so that way it's easier for you to learn and understand. So yeah, appreciate you watching, and hope you have a good day.